Hello, my beautiful people. Okay, I have a mouthful to say today, and I hope this resonates with you, and I know it's going to because you're here. Oh, and I cannot wait. Let me roll up my sleeves a little bit. I should have brought my coffee in here too. Maybe I'll go get it really quick. I just wanna feel good before I get this started. Okay. So I know I recorded a little bit of the beginning of this on the camera. I'm still trying to figure it out. I was talking to one of my girlfriends. She said, you know what? Cameras have come a long way. You should invest in a Sony. If any of you are in that realm of like having a favorite camera and like have any good tips, it's appreciated. Okay. Noticing red flags. Noticing red flags, trusting yourself, being okay with saying no, setting boundaries, and there's no script here. You know that I don't go off a script, and here's why. I want it to be as real and genuine as possible. I want it to be a conversation, a place where you're like, it's just coming from the heart. It is just coming from the lessons I'm learning, and I'm sharing them with you because I don't want my hurt to be for no reason. So I'm sharing my experience with you so maybe you could save yourself or learn a tool to use before you're in a situation where you need to use it. Okay, let's equip your tool bag. Okay, guiding you to the next level. And honestly, I'm just happy you're here because I really wanted to build a community of just like really good, like-minded people. Okay, moving on. Okay, recognizing a red flag. If you feel yourself like being drawn back for a second with anything that someone does, anything at all, that's a red flag. And here's the thing. I'm not saying if you see one red flag in someone, it's the end all be all. People sometimes are people. People sometimes fall short, but it's really, really, really important to recognize what made you draw yourself back. What was it? And like I said before, is sometimes we want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but most of the time, the things that people are doing to other people, they're probably doing to you. And by probably, I mean that they are. Okay, especially if this person is like, you don't know them really all that well, and you're just getting to know them, and yada, yada, vice versa. And I tread lightly because sometimes people are going to warn you about someone else, and sometimes a warning could come off as like, oh, I don't know, let me make my own judgment. That's okay. Assess, take your time, take a step back. But anyways, if you feel yourself being like taken back by something that someone says, does, acts, take that as truth. You're more intuitive than you think, and you need to trust yourself, okay? Like I said, if someone's doing something to someone else, they're probably doing it to you, okay? How you do anything is how you do everything. I stick by that. I live by that. Okay, I feel that deeply in my heart. And listen, there's going to be days where you're not 100%. Nobody is always 100%, okay? We're human beings. But what I mean by that is your heart in it, is your intention in it, is your mind, body, soul in it, is your, intentions really pure and good, and did you show up? And, there's a lot that goes into that whole statement. How you do anything is how you do everything. Like, I think that to myself every day. How did I do today? I'll grade myself. How did I do today? How could I be better, tomorrow at home? How could I be better in my business? How could I be better as a friend, as a partner, as a mom? Whatever it is, you want to be in that mindset of how could I be better? And if you're doing a lot of the things in your life half, I get it because life moves really quickly sometimes and you do your best, but was your heart in what you were doing? When you made your bed if you make your bed, there's a book called Atomic Habits, and what they do is they group tasks together. So say you want to get in shape, what you do is you do 10 squats when you make your bed, okay? And you have to do that every morning. So what I do every single morning, and I'm sharing this with you to give you an example and whatever, I make my bed every single morning. Not because I feel like I have to, not because of any other reason other than I want to start my day off with my mindset of how I do anything is how I'll do everything. And today we're being mindful. Today we're being neat. Today we're being intentional. And I'm bringing myself down to earth because I could sometimes just like be up in space and la la land in my own world. And I know some of you resonate with that, especially if you have like ADHD or a lot going on. It's easy. Okay, so start your day every day with reminding yourself how you do anything is how you do everything. And 80% of the results comes from 20% of what you're doing. So just be aware that that itsy bitsy bit, that 20% of what you're doing, working out, reading, doing this, doing that, being intentional, is 80% of your outcome. Okay, and that was a tangent on just like life in general, but be very, very, very careful who you let in your life and who you let dictate and who you let boss you around and who you let tell you who you are. I have had such an interesting, I've had a really interesting past couple of months, and I am sharing this with you. So like I said, you could maybe put this in your back pocket for one day when you find yourself in a situation and you're like, oh, I remember this. I remember like, this is how I could go about this situation. This is why it's so important to have a strong sense of self too, because someone tried to tell me who I was. Someone tried to tell me someone who didn't know me from a hole in the wall from Adam, who I was. I said, me? Do that? That's what you thought I was doing? I think you must have the wrong person. I will tell you this. Their judgment hurt. Their words hurt. Their projection hurt. The way they went about the situation hurt. The way they went about it to their colleagues, friends, family hurt. And I'm not gonna lie, it put me in a really funky spot for like almost a month and a half, because that person must have other things going on in their life. It's just called projection. I think what happened in that situation was projection. So if you're ever put in a position where someone's projecting onto you, just understand three things. Okay, three things. First of all, know who the hell you are before you go anywhere and do anything with anyone, because there's going to be people who are going to try to push your limits, tell you who you are, bring you down, whatever. No, this is who I am, and I'm not budging. Because I know myself, I know my worth, I know who I am, I know my intentions, I know my vision, my mission, my goal, my heart, my soul. And what you're trying to project onto me, oh honey, that is out there, not in here, okay? Not up in here. 2, sometimes when people project onto you, it's very, very good to self-reflect. How could I do better? Yes, you. How could you do better? Because you are still making that person feel some type of way, whether you're right or wrong, okay? So you have to put yourself in their shoes. You have to say, how could I be better so that way this never happens again? Not with that person, not with other people, okay? And if you choose in that situation to say, you know what, I really did the best I could. I showed up 1,000%, way more than I should have or anything, and they're still having that projection onto you, and they're still treating you like that, like oof, no. You don't have to deal with them again. It's your choice if you deal with them again, but at least you could use that lesson of projection onto you for another situation for the greater good. And I promise you that God will put you in the same situation again and again and again and again until you learn your lesson. But be aware and know who the hell you are, okay? Because it's very important. And also remember that in the back of your mind. Okay, how can I be better next time? This happened to me literally within the matter of 3 weeks. The first thing happened, I felt really bad about myself. And I was like, wait a minute, that was not like, whoa, what's going on here? And then not even 2 weeks later, God put me in a position where I was in the same position with a different person. And I had a choice. Okay, am I going to be afraid and be scared to be in the situation again? No, because I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I know I know what to do perfectly. And I will say that the bad situation really leveled me up for the second time I was put in that situation to be better. And you know, we're human. Sometimes we're just not perfect, and we learn from the first time that we make a mistake. But if someone's projecting onto you, know who the hell you are. And for 3, pay attention to red flags, because you are who you surround yourself with. And I say that lightly too, but for the most part, you are who you surround yourself with. So if that person projects onto you, treats you really badly, and the people around them follow, run. Run, okay? Run for the hills. You are not a mindless sheep. You have a mind of your own. You have a heart of your own, a life of your own, and you do not need to follow the crowd. You do not need to listen to what everyone says all the time, which is why when I was warned about a particular person, I said, you know what? I'm going to give this person the benefit of the doubt, which that person who was warning me about another person had said, listen, give that person the benefit of the doubt. That's why I love that one person so much, because that person's so sweet and said, people could change. You never know. Why don't you give it the benefit of the doubt? So I did, and I was burned. I was bit in the butt, actually quite badly, and I'm okay with it because I learned a lesson, and I'm very happy that I pay attention to the details because, honey, what's that word? I don't know the word I want to use, but like imagine dropping a little red drop into a clear cup of water. And you're like, okay. And it happens again. You're like, happens again and again and again and again. Next thing you know, your cup is going to be all clouded and red. And you're like, oh my God, what's going on? I don't like this. So that's just like how one person can be so toxic to your life. Be very careful, tread lightly with who you let in your life, and pay very, very close attention to the way that people treat other people and the way that people make you feel. And, have a mind of your own. I'm not saying, if one person says this person's bad, then they must be bad. No, you need to make your own assessment, but keep your eyes open. The other thing I want to say is lifting other women up or men up. If you're a man watching this, or if you're a woman watching this, this applies. I'm just going to say woman. If you are a successful man or a woman, lifting up another person should not take any effort. It should just be something that happens naturally. What I mean by that is speaking positive about other people. Even if you don't have anything nice to say, it's like from Bambi. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. It takes nothing to be kind. It takes nothing to lift somebody up. It takes nothing to have a mind of your own. It takes nothing to encourage, and like those things, it doesn't cost anything. But goodness, what comes from it is goodness. But I will tell you, when you judge others and you're hateful and you're hurtful and you judge and you make comments and you sneer and you're like malicious and you do sneaky, snaky things, let me tell you something, it is going to come back and bite you in the butt tenfold. Karma is real and it will come. That's what you're getting out of it. It takes nothing to lift somebody up. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope I'm not just rambling, but what a freaking past couple of months. And I know you can relate because I've had a lot of people resonate with those videos. Why am I feeling so lonely? Needing a confidence boost. There's a few other ones like living a life that's in alignment with who you are and everything like that. And I just feel like people are really being tested right now. So you're going to have that polarity. You're going to have that contrast where things are really, really extreme on both ends. There's a lot of really good happening, but there's a lot of really like, whoa, happening. Those things need to happen in life to teach us lessons, to learn, to grow. And if you're not growing, what are you really doing? Okay, so bad situations are not always bad. They're just learning lessons to get us back on track to where we're going. And yeah, I felt this really heavy on my heart because I feel like some of you have been in some really not so great situations lately with people, relationship, places, things, and you're like, what the heck is going on with my life? And I'm going to tell you what's going on with your life. It's just called life and the ups and downs. It's just like the wave of life. But the most important thing that you could do, the best thing that you could do for you is just remember who the heck you are and your reason why and your vision and your mission for your life, and look at that roadmap every single day and remind yourself of who you are, and do not let anybody tear you down. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, what you didn't do, what this, that, blah, blah. No. Your confidence comes from God. Your confidence comes from you giving yourself the love and the grace that you deserve, okay? Understanding that God made you, and you know what? To the freaking wind with the rest of the crap. Who cares? Because guess what? Guess what happens to those people that are treating you badly? Everyone eventually will realize what's going on, and they'll wake up to the truth, and you're just going to be sitting there all nice and dandy, minding your business like you always are doing, glowing, thriving, doing your thing. And people are going to be like, oh. And it's going to be too late, because you're going to say, you know what? Thank you, but no thanks. You had a chance to be, cordial and a nice, cool person with me, but you showed me your true colors. And maybe then they'll change, but maybe it's too late. Maybe not. Maybe you're going to give them another chance. Maybe not. I don't know, honey. But I feel the energy lately, and I see all the crap going on. I see through everything. I see through all the crap. You ever see that meme with the guy who's just sitting there and he's like, I want to put it in there. I just don't know if I could find it. That's me. And I wonder if that's you, because you're really empath and you notice everything. I notice everything. Everything. I might look whimsical because I am. I might look, in my own world because I am. But let me tell you something. I still notice everything. It's like a superpower of mine. I am like super empath. I can feel the energy. I see the energy. I see what's going on. I see the reason why people are doing what they're doing. It's shisty and it's snaky. I'm just going to be really honest. And there's some really good people out there that are really doing good things because they genuinely want to. And guess what? All the goodness is flowing their way. They understand how this world works. They understand goodness. They understand them. They understand love and gratitude. And if you don't align with me, then that's okay. There's no hard feelings, but respectfully, no thank you, or you cannot come in my space anymore. You're not welcome in my space. You could be in all up in their space, doing all your snaky stuff, but not up in here, sis. No thank you. Okay? So be true to who you are, and do not let anyone let you question who you are, because you know who you are. Okay? You're confident. You're growing, you're thriving, you're living your absolute best life. You're working hard for what you want. You're showing up every day for yourself, and you're making things happen, and you're not letting anyone get in the way of that. You have one life. Don't waste it on the baloney, okay? I hate baloney. Baloney is disgusting. It's like pig feet, like ground up pig feet and pig butt cheeks. No thanks. Okay, I love you. You are so loved. You don't even understand. And I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm happy you made it to the end of the video. And I don't know what day it is, time zone, where you are. It doesn't matter. Thank you for showing up for yourself. And thank you for taking the time to work on these skills. One thing I found really, really helpful to help me with these skills is just getting quiet, getting me time, reflecting, journaling, having someone to talk to things about who is unbiased. So, someone who doesn't know anyone, or maybe someone who does know, and just, getting it out and being able to sort out your thoughts, because sometimes you get in a situation where you just don't know what to do, and that's the best thing. You know what? I'm feeling like I want to share with you a couple journal prompts. I'm going to put the link below. I don't even know my own password. To, yes, some journal prompts. I'm going to leave the link to my Pinterest. It has a load of stuff. But I was, like I said, and I wonder you too, these past couple months have been really crazy. People have been treating me like I said, there's a really good side and there's a really like woo side. And I've been like having like the best work relationships, the best friendships, the best like love life, the best. And then on the other side, I'm experiencing the opposite. And I'm like, whoa, what is going on? But like I said, without these lessons, I don't think that I would be here today feeling as confident as I'm feeling, even with all those people treating me like really honestly unfairly and unjust and just disgusting. But let me tell you this, I'm happy I get to see people's true colors, because I don't want to work with people like that. I don't want people in my life like that as friends, family, workers, whatever it is. No, thank you, because that energy like rubs off on you. It just does. I don't want to cloud up my life with crappy people. I just don't. I'm just going to be real. I have no time for bullshit. I have no time for bullshit and bullshit people and vendettas, and no thanks. I'm good. So God's got my back. He let me see things very, 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 very quickly. Okay, so these journal prompts, one of my favorite one was don't look back. You're not going that way. Okay, like cute stuff, right? You don't have to be the best to have success. You just have to not give up. You have to keep going, and you have to always know that you have someone special. You have something offered to special. Oh my God, something special to offer. I literally cannot read. It's because I have had no coffee. There's a little heart that says focus on yourself. It's just like super cutesy stuff, some journal prompts. And I tell you how I see like an energy reader once a month, and like she actually was the one who told me like 2 months ago that all this stuff would be happening. So I was like semi-prepared, doing like my shadow work, which is really just journaling and diving into the deepest parts of you, like your childhood, and like writing it out and just understanding. And if I didn't do that, if I hadn't had these journal prompts to help me through the past 2 months, I would be in shambles. I would be like, oh my God. Maybe because I have a very strong sense of self, and no one can tell me who I am and who I'm not. And I think it's funny if someone tries, because I'm like, that's actually not me. That's a reflection of you. And if that's a reflection of you, ew, no thanks. Okay, so it's just really good stuff. Monthly reset routine checklist. Review last month's goals. Journal prompts. Highs and lows. Brain dump. Set new goals and intentions. Vision and mood board. Huge. Set a budget for finances, update your calendar and to-do list, deep clean your space, and digital declutter. I do this once a month. I love this. I want to put this link exactly in there for you. Just what an amazing couple of days this has been. I could not thank God enough for showing me things. But I pray every day, God, please show me what's real, and show me what's for me, and show me what's not for me. Anything that's meant for me, keep it close, and anything that's not meant for me, get it as far away as humanly possible. And let me tell you what, life has been so good. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed, and so are you. Like, if God never blessed us again a day in our life, how blessed would you be? Like, extremely blessed. You have the air in your lungs. You have everything going for you. And if you're in a place right now of building, that's amazing. You get to build your life and ask God to guide you. Okay, really ask him to guide you. I'm going to put this whole link in here. I just put the first one up here. It says, when in doubt, write it out. These are some of my favorite journal prompts. I know you'll love them too. Sometimes it's hard to figure out questions to ask ourselves, but quality questions are the most important tool to use on yourself for healing and thriving. It's so true. And I pray that you are all the way down in this video, whether you're driving in your car listening or you're watching on YouTube. I really hope you made it this far, because there's some really, really, really good stuff in here for you. I want you to get things out of this video, because I always say, time wasted is time never found again. Trust yourself, protect your energy, recognize those red flags, pray to God, God, please keep the goodness close, and the things that are not meant for me, push them so far away. It's no question it's not meant for me. And watch how dramatically your life changes after you do these things. I love you deeply again. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you soon.